Hello and welcome. I am Dogbert. Yes, I am still alive. I do occasionally make videos, even though this is Marvel Strike Force, and I really don't care. But finally, something that was interesting to me came up, and that's this character, Vahl. This is the answer to the Mystic raids we've been waiting for. You don't even need the rest of the Bifrost team, or whatever the hell it is. And why is it a Bifrost team without Heimdall, of all people? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Of course, we're talking about Scruply here, so that's pretty much par for the course. Anyway, as you can see, my Vahl is level 95, only 2 stars. Thank God for coring, but I had to build it up. Yeah, because we don't really know if Vahl's really not boy or girl, so therefore it makes it it. And we don't have any other pronouns for it. They never gave it to us, so that's what we're going with. Now, Vahl, you will need to invest heavily in order to make it work inside the incursion rage. I am doing 1.3, so this will give you an idea of how big your Vahl needs to be. I did put Blue ISO 4 on Vahl. You're going to eventually need this for a higher level of incursion rates anyway, and Blue ISO 4 has become pretty available. I actually have like 18 million ISO Blue 4 ions. It's kind of ridiculous. You want all T4s into Vahl. Now, depending on if you have like more stars, then maybe you can get away with having less levels, putting less into it, but you're going to need roughly 1 million health. These are the stats you're looking for. If you only have a 2-star, you're going to have to pretty much max Vahl out. Once you get to the 3 and 4 stars, then you can, maybe be level 90 or something like that. Of course, I do recommend Gear 16. This is probably going to be a character we're going to take all the way up to Gear 18 anyway. So you're going to be doing it anyway. And eventually, we're probably going to need the full Bifrost to get through whatever new way they decide to fuck us over with raids. Because this might help them get angry because I'm going to get through all 3 Mystic nodes. One-shotting using 6 characters, because in the second node we bring in a different character, then we go back to the same team that we used in the previous first node. Okay, so let's go and take a look at the other characters. So now up on the screen we have all 6 characters that you will need. I am standing in front of Icarus. Don't worry, you keep the Eternals in for all nodes. The characters you end up swapping out between node 1 and 2 is Morgan Le Fay and Spider-Weaver. You bring Spider-Weaver in for node 2. Morgan Le Fay comes in for node 1 and node 3, which once I show you the video will show you why. Now, of course, you're going to need all these characters built up very high. Deathpool, you have to Gear 17 anyway. Bring her into 95 is not that big of a deal. Eternals, you probably already have at 95. Morgan, arena character, probably already have 95. Weaver, he had to build her anyway. Used in the arena for so long. Used in Dark Dimensions everywhere, will probably be a Gear 18 character. You're building her anyway. So these are not characters like you have to build up like the entire Bifrost team, because really, who the fuck has a level 95 Loki? I'm sure somebody does now after the Bifrost team rework, but in reality, none of us really built him that high. So this will give you an idea of who you're going to be using. I do have Blue ISO 5 on Weaver and Morgan. I have not Blue ISO'd 5 Deathpool yet, nor have I done the Eternals, but they are all at least Blue ISO 4. So now with all this being said, you see what I'm working with. Let's go and watch. Alright, we're going to head into the first node. Here is the team I'm using. I'm using Icarus, Deathpool, Morgan Le Fay, Vahl, and Cersei. You might want to switch up your positioning. It doesn't have to be this way. I just kind of threw it in here, because why the hell not? It's just the Mystic nodes, and I really wasn't sure that this was going to work, but after I used it, holy shit, was it good. Now, one thing to point out about Vahl is it's exposed. You can only get that once per turn. Now, this is why I bought Morgan Le Fay in, is because I wanted to get that taunt off of Red Guardian so we can go after the Spider-Weaver. Oh, look at that. We have the exposed on Spider-Weaver. Now, if you do get 2 characters exposed, you do not get double energy or double speed bar out of Vahl. You can only get it once per turn. If you look at the kit, that's what it says. Whether or not it actually works like that, who knows? We have to test more. But you see, the nice thing about getting using Morgan to get past that taunt, we got that ability block out there. We made sure it's all spread around with Death Bowl. And we had Icarus do his ultimate with knockback some turn meter. Is we're just going to be going right into that hole right over there, trying to knock out as many characters as we want. We get the Vahl ultimate here. It hits everybody, so it doesn't really matter. It would be nice if I targeted somebody other than Weaver to get exposed up. Death Pool coming in there, putting up a whole lot of energy for us. I went and stunned Bishop here. We got the exposed on him, plus he's got a vulnerable for Morgan here, who resets the turn meter, and it's going to siphon off some health off of him. Of course, Ghost Rider being a very big pain in the ass because of him doing all that damage. We have Vahl again going. We got some ability blocks out there. We got the exposed of Ghost Rider, who we want to get rid of. Cersei's getting knocked around pretty good there. She's almost dead, but we need to focus on Ghost Rider, plus he has the exposed. That speeds up Vahl, plus gives Vahl energy. So we always want to do that as much as we can. Using AoEs, now we just knocked out the Cersei like it's nothing. And look at all the time we still have on the clock. We are just flying through this node. I chose to do the ultimate there of Morgan because that ability blocks the Nakias. I don't want Nakia going off of a special or ultimate. She does too much damage. Now we have a chance here. We can ability block Shang-Chi thanks to the Nakia. Having ability block and using Death Pool to spread it. That's why Death Pool stays in here, plus the energy generation that Death Pool does. We get rid of one Nakia. We're going to go after Shang-Chi here because he was getting close to a turn. He got his turn, but he didn't really do anything. We're using Vahl's basic, just saving energy. And we clear out the first node like it was nothing. How about that? We don't even need Bifrost. So let's head on over into the second node. I had to wait a little bit for energy to come back. So I paused the recording and then I jumped into the second node. We're going to switch out Morgan for Spider Weaver because of the Gambits. We're going to need Spider Weaver's charges here. I was actually debating whether or not I should have put Morgan back in and dropped Death Pool as well. I chose not to. We just went with Weaver. And it ends up working out quite well for me. As you're about to see, the first thing we're going to do is get those charges up by just going into Absorbing Man. He gets stunned. We get the Vahl special here, so we're going to get some ability blocks out there as well. No, only on Absorbing Man this time, because that can, of course, be stopped. Vahl doesn't have a whole lot of focus right now at 2-2. I'm sure that will get better as we get more stars on Vahl. So we're going to knock back some turn meter here now with Cersei. I was thinking about doing a stun, but I decided not to. Those charges helping us out because of the Gambit pings constant. We're going to start working on those Gambits, at least one of them. Because we do want to get rid of the Gambits. Now we have a chance to stun. We are obviously going to stun Squirrel Girl, actually. But it might have been a little bit better choice to stun Captain Sam. And just deal with the Squirrel Girl cleaning off a little bit of effects. Which would only really have been Black Bolt because Absorbing Man does have trauma. Now, I'm not really hitting Absorbing Man, which was a big mistake on my part. Don't forget this is my first time doing this. So I did make mistakes like not hitting Absorbing Man enough to really speed up and give Vahl energy. It'd be nice also to put like some kind of exposed over on Ms. Marvel or Captain Sam or Squirrel Girl so that we're constantly hitting over on that side rather than having Gambit and Absorbing Man have it. But those are things we can correct in the future, and I still get through this without having to worry. Now you see I did hit 2 exposed characters there, but you only get it once with Vahl, as per the kit. Whether or not that's actually working, we'll see. Now we get to do the ultimate, and that's the nice thing, Vahl just heals himself up. Heals himself up. How's that? I don't know what to go with. Maybe they should give us some pronouns to use for Vahl, so we can know what we're talking about. And you can see we already got rid of a Gambit, we got rid of a Squirrel Girl, we got rid of the first Absorbing Man. We're going to get some more charges here. I was kind of hoping that I would hit Gambit a little bit more, a little bit harder, but he just has way too much health. We continue to knock him back here. We're still stuck behind the Absorbing Man taunt. We're just going to deal with Deathlock there. This will help get us through a little bit easier because Cersei's going to assist. We finally got through the taunt. Now we're going to spread that ability block around. I end up killing the Gambit finally, got rid of Black Bolt. Captain Sam's finally gone, so now we can drop some ability blocks. Who do we want to put the exposed on is what it came down to. I put it on Deathlock. They're all nicely ability blocked. We really don't need a stun if they're all ability blocked like that, so we're just going to start hitting over there. We're going to get our charges back up. You can see Vahl just sitting back there, getting that speed bar every time we hit. Also heals as well. And you can see we're not, I mean, it's still a pretty long fight, but we still have like a minute some left. Only 3 characters left. I only had 3 charges on Deathpool at this point. It was time to charge up a little bit more, which will come in handy for the next node. And the boss node was the only one I had a little bit more trouble with that I think would be a problem on higher difficulties if you have some bad RNG. As you'll see, how close I come to dying a couple times, but don't forget Vahl can resurrect an ally on their turn. So that's something to keep in mind. If somebody does die early on, as long as Vahl's not the one who died, you still have a chance. So that is the second node. We had a minute left. We didn't time out. That's for sure. And I didn't have to put it on auto. I could mess up and we still are good. Let's move on to the boss node. Alright, for the boss node, I brought Morgan in for Spider Weaver. I debated that one as well, but I think Morgan is a better choice, given that she can strip all those nice buffs off. The one thing we definitely need on this, you definitely want to have Icarus's ultimate ready to go on his first turn to help flip all the buffs that they get at the beginning, all those nasty speed ups they get. And here's the big thing, is you got to be able to survive the Kang Titania thing. Now we were able to survive. We didn't get bad RNG where they went after somebody like once. We're going to use Morgan's ultimate here on the first turn. Never use the special. We don't need to be resetting speed bar when they all have like speed up and everything like that. We get to use Vahl's ultimate here, turn 1. We didn't get rid of the Absorbing Man taunt, so we're stuck behind him. Now don't forget Vahl's exposed, or whatever the hell it's called, can be blocked, so that is subject to a focus check. Again, as we get more stars, that will be something that we can overcome a lot easier. Now I'm not going to end up using Deathpool Annihilation, her ultimate, on Kang here. Actually, we're actually going to end up saving that. We can actually kill Kang by ourselves. Kang has the expose on him from Vahl. We just threw out all those ability blocks now. Now we can, on Morgan's second turn, now we can reset the speed bar when they all have nice slows on them and we have speed up and they don't. This gives us a major advantage. It gives us the... As you can see, we're just going to keep working on Kang here. We're going to take him down just the normal way. And Morgan coming very handy. Siphoning off, we get rid of Psylocke, who we had stunned. Now I just wanted to get rid of Titania because she hits hard. Now we could have executed somebody. It doesn't make any sense though, seeing that we're doing so well. You can see Vahl, even at 2 stars, just really dishing out that damage with that ultimate. You get rid of Absorbing Man. This is actually perfect timing that the Mr. Negatives come out, because look, it's Icarus' ultimate. And those little minions of Mr. Negative give us a guaranteed double tap. Here again we have another taunt out there. Well, we didn't get rid of the taunt, but at least we got the ability block on Cersei, plus she has trauma, plus Mr. Negative gets ability blocks and trauma, along with Vision, all being controllers. Well, now we're hitting into Absorbing Man because he has the expose for Vahl. We want to speed up and re-energize Vahl as much as we can, and because we saved the Deathpool ultimate, we get to say goodbye to Icarus, just like that. And hence the Eternals are now broken. We broke up that duo, making it much easier on us. Vahl's turn was going to hit someone with exposed. We could have hit somebody else and gotten the expose out there, but I screwed up. So we're going to siphon off because Cersei had the vulnerable. But we kind of want to lark on Psylocke. We don't want her throwing out debuffs. No, the debuffs won't come off if they have trauma, but you will still get a copy of them if she goes off and gets her move off. So just getting rid of Psylocke is a great move. Absorbing Man is gone. It's Vahl time. All those ability blocks out there again. Look at all those defense down stacks. Let's spread those around. Of course, Vision decided to dodge. Your Vision never dodges. Their Vision dodges 80% of the time. You see, Morgan did take a lot of damage there, but we're coming back nicely. We only have 3 characters left. We have a minute 21 on the clock. I know timeouts have been a big issue. Even playing it like this, though, I'm doing quite well. Having really no issues. Morgan got a little low there, but like I said, even if she did die, Vahl could bring her back. And Vahl finishing off the node and finishing off this video. So if you're watching this, build up Vahl. And maybe, just work on the other Bifrost members slowly in the background. You don't need to rush them. You probably have all these characters built. And until next time, everybody,